It was not the outcome we were hoping for on Sunday, as a field goal in the closing seconds sealed the come-from-behind win for Minnesota. We'll have full highlights and reaction from Washington's battle with the Vikings. One of the bright spots on Sunday was the Commanders' defense. The unit looked dominant at times in this one. Logan Paulsen and Fred Smooooooot are here and will take you inside the film room for a closer look at what made them effective. And we know the fans have some pretty hot takes after this one. We'll look at what you all have been saying and see if Logan and Fred agree in a game of hail yes or hail no. It all starts right now. And welcome on in. Julie Donaldson here with you. Of course, I have Logan and Fred as well. It is a misery Monday. And what makes it a little bit more miserable, Logan, is that Washington had their chances in this one.
Yeah, I think in the defense and the special teams, they did a really good job. The defense specifically, man, they played their faces off. Outstanding job, effort across the board. And it makes it that much more frustrating when you don't come away with the victory.
Logan, first time I heard played their faces off, but I totally
agree with you. Let's do it.
But like Coach said, it was a measuring stick when this game started. And I think if you leave this game knowing that you were supposed to win this game, you left a lot of plays on the field, you have to feel good about at least that.
Except there are no moral victories in the game, but let's get to how close it was, because it was a close one. So Kirk Cousins making his first return to FedEx Field since signing with the Vikings as a free agent back in 2018. And it is the Vikings on the opening drive that marched right on down the field, ending in this touchdown toss from Cousins to Justin Jefferson.
We knew Justin Jefferson was going to bring this kind of gameplay. Great job by St. Jude speed in the hip, but Justin Jefferson makes those types of plays.
Joey Sly makes it a 7-3 game with a 44-yarder, but of course you want touchdowns. You don't want field goals. So Vikings now, well, they're back in the red zone. They're good in the red zone. Cousins pass is tipped by Benjamin St. Juice. St. Juice is better right here. Danny Johnson gets the pick.
This is called being in your hip pocket. He told Jefferson, if you go to the bathroom today, I'm going with you.
And great job by Danny Johnson running the football. Nothing bad happens, Fred, when you're running the football.
Never.
Making the most of his opportunities since he was called up. Opening kickoff in the second half, Antonio Gibson with a nice run back all the way to near midfield.
It looks weird, Fred, because he's so big and he's so fast. Great to see him getting these touches on the special teams.
We have needed that. 2 plays later, Taylor Heineke, he's going deep for Curtis Samuel. The ref collides with the defender. Samuel somehow gets it. Scoots into the end zone. It is 10-7 Washington. What?
The ref giveth and the ref taketh away. Thank you, ref.
Did you sum a few bucks for the game, friend?
Yeah, I did. But this one right here, that's a YOLO ball right there. He threw that one up, he came out.
It could have gone the other way. Fourth quarter, same score. Heineke to Dax Milne. Hello, he dives in from 6 yards out.
Great concept here and great route by Dax Mills. Love the nuance on the man-to-man route there, and way to finish into the end zone.
Now this is where the game turns. Cousins picked off by St. Juice. He runs it all the way back for the touchdown, but he would be flagged for defensive pass interference. Was it though? Really?
Not me. I've never seen a pass interference in my life. By the way, St. Juice, you are the man. I learned a lot about this kid yesterday, and he played some good ball yesterday.
Yeah, he played good ball, even despite this mistake. He was in, like you said, hip pocket all day long. Love to see that competitive play from the young player.
Yeah, unfortunately it doesn't count, but here you go. Vikings now get the field goal, and it makes it a 17-10 game. Next Washington possession, Heineke misses high. Harrison Smith makes him pay for it.
Turn that smile upside down, and it turns into a frown. He has his highs and he has his lows. This was a low.
Very low.
Yeah, ensuing drive, Cousins to Dalvin Cook, one-handed for the 12-yard score, and we are all knotted up at 17.
And that wheel versus that cover 3, that's a tough look for that outside linebacker safety.
So right after the 2-minute warning, Vikings 3rd and goal, St. Juice again breaks up the pass intended for Jefferson.
Hey, wherever you go, I will be right there with you.
Yeah, so Greg Joseph comes on for the chip shot. Commanders now with a chance to answer or win it, but there's a flag on John Ridgway. Personal foul. It's a new set of downs for Minnesota.
This is such a tough penalty. This is a kind of a newer penalty in the last 5 years.
Yep.
Again, you have to be aware of this in this situation. Bumping into the center is the call, and you don't need to do that in that situation. You don't need that.
Just gut wrench.
I think the refs didn't need to call it. The Vikings bleed the clock. Joseph hits the game winner, 13 seconds to go. Washington unable to do anything. They drop a heartbreaker, 20-17. So it's a tough one for the Commanders to take. They were up by 10 points early in the fourth quarter, only to see the lead evaporate late, snapping their 3-game winning streak and missing the chance to go for over 500 for the first time since week 1. Taylor Heineke had 2 touchdown passes, but the thing he was focused in on after the game was the costly fourth quarter interception.
I feel like the offense, they battled throughout the whole game. And again, me personally, no one's going to be harder on me than myself, and it goes back to that interception for me. You know, if we don't give them a short field there, our defense is playing lights out, kind of make them drive the field, and they still have to score 10 points at that moment. So, you know, that was a tough one to swallow for sure.
You know, when you're up 2 scores in the fourth, and you just don't come out with the win, that's tough because we put ourselves in a situation to win the game, and we didn't. So you got to give them credit for, you know, not giving up. We knew coming into the game they're a great fourth quarter team. I mean, they have a lot of come from behind victories in the fourth quarter, but you know, as a team, we just didn't get it done.
Well, I mean, again, the expectations for us were low. So going into this, everything was gravy as far as everybody else was concerned. But I really believe we had a chance to win this football game based on the things that we were doing, and we had a chance to do. We could have done. We missed some opportunities. I mean, that's the truth of the matter. Early in the first quarter, we had 2 third downs. We should have gotten off the field as defense was concerned. I mean, defense played great, but you know, we started that first drive. They came out and we missed opportunities to get off the field. I mean, those are the little things that keep us from taking the next big step, and those things that we got to get corrected, and we got to make sure we're all on the same page and we're doing what we need to do to give us that chance to be successful.
Time for our mission debrief, brought to you by the Washington Times. Okay, let's get into the nitty-gritty of this one. What is it that really kind of stood out to you, Fred, when you kind of sit back from this game?
Well, how we hurt ourselves. I don't blame the Minnesota Vikings for taking this victory because we gave them this victory. Offensively, third down was the key. We could never put drive together because we could never hold things on third down. Special teams actually has been one of the bright spots on this team all year long. They make the mistake at the end of the game. Like I say, I can point to 5 or 6 plays in this game and say, we did this. It's our fault.
Yeah, and I think to me, it just, you look at it and you say that the group that's been letting this team down is the offense. Unfortunately, you mentioned the third downs. I think the defense played so well, so consistently. They were able to cultivate turnovers. We mentioned Benjamin St-Juste and all that he was able to do in terms of cultivating plays against one of the best receivers in the NFL. You got to be supported by your offense, right? You can't turn the football over late in the game, and I think they all know that, and that's something they can improve on, and that's something you got to keep your eye on coming in this week against Philadelphia.
Sustaining drives continues to be an issue, and to your point, Fred, it's because they have not been able to convert on third downs. Only 3 for 10 on third downs in this game. How do you fix that?
2 words: Terry McLaurin. I'm sorry. Get your best play. When anything goes wrong, get your best player the ball. It's no way we should leave a game and Terry doesn't have at least 10 attempts to beat your cornerback, just like Justin Jefferson. They gave him 10 attempts to beat St-Juste, and they battled. But Terry, not so much. 10 attempts ain't much. That's 2.5 throws per quarter. Get this guy the ball.
I also think it's just detailing your first and second down game plan. I think when you're in tough, second down situations, when you're in tough third down situations, there's not many offenses in the NFL that are capable of handling those situations at a high level. This offense specifically, right? You're a run first team. You got to find ways to be efficient on first and second down to get in those third down situations where you can manage them, where you can get the ball to your playmakers' hands, insulate the offensive line, all those things. That's something you need to get taken care of.
And we keep talking all season long about how they do have playmakers. And that was the thing we were most excited about coming into this season, is you have lots of options and places to go for the ball. However, I mean, look, not everybody's been healthy at the same time. You're missing Jahan Dotson. I think he was supposed to really help out Terry McLaurin as well. But it's definitely frustrating, especially too when you get into the red zone. Like we can't be putting up field goals. It's got to result in touchdowns when you get down into that area as well. Defensively, man, this defense has really been locked down lately. What have you noticed that's different from their performance?
John Allen and Payne have decided that they're going to take the game in their hands.
100%.
And that's where you win games, at trench warfare. They the reason Benjamin St-Juste is playing that way. Let me tell you something about quarterbacks in this league. Comfortable quarterbacks make touchdowns. Uncomfortable quarterbacks make mistakes. And that's what this D-line is doing. And everybody was on Jamin Davis. All he did is continue to play well game in and game out.
Yeah, and I totally agree with you. I think those interior defensive linemen are playing great. Montez Sweat, quiet game on the stat sheet, but I think played very, very hard, very consistently. James Smith-Williams, man, on the edge, setting those edges versus the run, bullying those tight ends. And then the back end, man, the way they're communicating at the moment, like they are playing sound football. This is a good defense. They deserve a ton of credit. Jack did a great job getting them ready to go. It's exciting.
You're starting to see how they are growing together for sure. I mean, they are one of the best at being able to put pressure on the quarterback. I don't think the sacks always reflect that necessarily.
It doesn't.
But in this game, they had 11 quarterback hits. And you talk about tackles for loss, 13 tackles for loss. That defense was locked down. Even on third down, from allowing that first opening drive to Kirk Cousins, he did not have that same success as the game went on as well. What do you take from this game and say, okay, we've got a huge one coming up against Philadelphia? How do we build off the positives from this one to clean up those little details, Fred?
Well, you sit everybody down and you go through the plays and you say this play, and this play is the reason we lost this game. We were supposed to beat this 7-1 team that everybody thinks is the class of the NFC. Now when we come to the Philadelphia Eagles, you don't even have to talk. This is a NFC East game, and nobody knows a team like the team that plays in the division with them, a la the Jets taking down the people like they did yesterday. So never count a team out when it's an individual game.
Yeah, I totally agree. I think it's about the details. I think, Fred, you hit the nail on the head there. It's about the details offensively. What are my reads? What are my cuts? What are my blocks? What's the target? Because that's the level of detail it's going to take to beat a team like Philadelphia that's arguably the best team in the NFL.
Have you ever seen a game end like that, though? We would have had a chance to tie or win that on a penalty that they got.
I have never seen one, but I also saw that play take the air out of the stadium.
Yeah, it's true. Very true. And I think, it's the NFL, man. You never know the sequencing of plays. What play is going to make the difference? Very tough situation.
You could tell everybody in that locker room was really quite frustrated afterwards because they had momentum. They had the chance. The pick was costly. That penalty was costly. Otherwise, it might be a very different story today. But it is what it is. Well, don't go anywhere because we are diving deeper into this one, dialing in on the defense. Logan and Fred are going to break down what makes them go. And we're looking at some of the hot takes from you, the fans. What do you think after Sunday's game? And do Logan and Fred agree? We will hit you with a hail yes or a hail no. You don't want to miss it.
Washington brings 5. He throws one up. That one ends up being picked off. Flags down. He's heading towards the end zone. Check that back. Benjamin St. Juste. He is in for what appears to be a pick 6, but there are 2 flags down at the 40-yard line.
He has to be a little bit, let's call it savvier about that. Maybe nudge it a little bit, get his hands down.
That was a tough moment for Commanders fans on Sunday. What we thought could have been a pick 6 was called back for pass interference. But no matter what you think or you make of the call, the play of Benjamin St. Juste on Justin Jefferson is one of the reasons this defense has been dominant as of late. So for more into what Jack Del Rio's unit is doing, let's get Logan and Fred inside the film room.
Julie, thanks so much. Fred, I'm really excited. I know it's after a loss, but I'm really excited to talk about this defense because, Fred, I think they did some really nice things in the game yesterday from a coverage standpoint and from a rush standpoint and really put Minnesota in the bind. Let's take a look at this first play. So on this first play, we got a nice corner return here on the outside. We got a go, and we get an in cut here. And they're playing 2-man coverage, the Commanders here. And I think you get these nice 2 high safeties, and everybody else is in man coverage, right? Man, it's kind of an aggressive coverage, Fred.
Yeah, but guess what? When you say 2 men under, what the fans don't understand, these guys are meant to stay under the receiver.
I see.
Not on top of the receiver. You can only do that when it's a quarterback that's not mobile. You can't do that against mobile quarterbacks.
Okay, because under, and all you mean by under, let's take a look at this here, is when you play it, right? Let's take a look at Benjamin St. Juste up here at the top. He's got eyes to the quarterback, right, which makes me think zone, but he is carrying him, and he's playing underneath the receiver. Is that what you're talking about?
Underneath the receiver because I got these 2 guys over top.
To help you out,
yes, begging them to throw the ball.
Yeah, absolutely, and you love it. And like what I love when I look at this picture, Fred, is everybody is in phase, right? In phase.
And
here we go. In phase. There's no space for him to go to the ball. But if there was, Fred, I mean, you look at this rush from the end zone, I think Jack Del Rio does an excellent job designing this play to get Payne a sack here, quite frankly. So what they do here, Fred, is they go overload. They go overload to the right. And overloads in pass rush are great because they ensure one-on-ones. We got 1, 2, 3 to the left of the center. You have only 3 offensive linemen, Fred. 1, 2, 3. So everyone's in a one-on-one.
Everybody is one-on-one.
And you can win a one-on-one rush to the passer.
Not like this because what he does to this offensive lineman, I know you don't go to the club, but when you were bouncing in the club, you used to kicking people out.
Yeah, right.
That's what Payne did right here, kicked him right out the
club.
club.
I love it because this is their worst pass protector, right? Ingram has been struggling in pass pro, so get one of your best pass rushers on him and watch this. Whop, inside move, love it, right? Oversets a little bit, doesn't. And this is the other thing. I think he thinks he's part of the slide, and slide meaning the center's going to come help him out here.
But he's not.
But he's not, right? And so he beats him inside, and again, great finish. We already talked about the coverage. That is so cool to see, the defense playing in phase together. rush and coverage.
I've been saying the front end and the back end working together,
Yeah.
and that's how you play top-notch defense in this league.
And the other thing, man, is they have great communication. This is a keeper here. They're going to run across.
Yep.
We're going to go down flat here. And the idea here is that they're going to sell run here, Fred. They're going to sell run.
Most definitely.
And they're going to get all these guys to step up, and they're going to create a big window right here in the defense.
Yep, but guess what? As a corner, I'm right here. This guy is the key to everything.
Yes.
First of all, we're on this hash. He's on the top of the numbers. That tells me everything. So now I'm going to turn to that safety and tell him, watch out, man. Watch out.
And they're not Fred Smooooooot. They have to do it in snap, right? They're both young guys, but I love to see the communication here. I love when the guys, because you told me this, Fred. Everybody in the back end needs to know. I see a hand here pointing out, hey, he's yours now.
He's coming to you.
And I love how Forrest attacks this, right?
Yeah.
Keeps it nice and tight.
Take the air out of it.
Takes the air out of it. That's a great description, right? Gets on the coverage. They match the concept. Again, there's no air. Look, covered. Everybody's matched up. Great job. And then I think our guy, Smith, deserves a ton of credit here because he feels this. He feels the down block by the tight end here. He reads out of it with great vision and is able to force Kirk to pull this ball up.
Now.
And then make a throw that he doesn't want to make, right?
Yep.
And again, Bostic, everyone kind of gives Bostic a hard time. Look at his vision here, Fred. Drops back into coverage, says, oh, I know what's up, and then bow.
He steps into this window first.
Yeah.
And then he plays it from the top down.
Yes.
And that's what you want. So actually, Bostic takes two guys out of this play right here, and that's what you want.
And it's so good to see that from your middle linebacker. Guy, you know, that was on practice squad last week, Fred. So great job to see that. Great to see everybody communicating together. Love to see that. And again, it's just every single play. They did such a nice job with all this stuff. And I think, again, this is third and long down distance here. This is a cover 3 structure. Got this guy dropping out. We got a lurker right here. And what I love is that everybody gets their depth, Fred. No one takes the cheese, right? Everyone's underneath this deep stuff. You want to keep it because this is the first down line right here. You see that, Fred? That's the first down line. Let's take away the deep stuff. They can have this underneath stuff, and we can rally.
And we'll rally and tackle. And they got 5 guys out. This is what you see when you play in good zone. All right, you got 5 guys out. They got somebody attacking the flat, somebody attacking the middle of the field, somebody going vertical. They really want to hit this right here. No, not where this lurker is right.
The deep in cut, right? They want to keep it, but the lurker's there. Everyone's doing their job, and then you get the guy who's maybe been the most dominant player on your football team, Allen, lifting up an offensive lineman and throwing him into the quarterback, Fred. I mean, that is...
And he did this all day. He did this all day, and that's what you get from him every Sunday.
And that's, again, this is a group that I think, Fred, you can win with, right?
You can win with.
You can win games with this team, and they keep playing like this, and they give you a shot against a team like Philadelphia.
Most
I know the big dog's coming into town next week, and I'm excited to see what this group does.
I think they will rise to the occasion.
I think so, too.
Now, if you are a fan of film breakdowns, do not miss Command Center Coach Commands with Ron Rivera. Each week, Coach and Logan break down the best plays and do a deep dive into the game on our opponents. Catch it Saturdays, 7 p.m. on NBC4, and you can watch every episode on our YouTube channel. Well, we are not done yet. When we come back, another look back at Sunday's action, and we'll hear from quarterback Taylor Heineke on where things went wrong. Keep it here. Welcome on back. Let's take another look at Washington's tough loss to the Vikings, and we're going to start this highlight in the fourth quarter. Taylor Heineke goes to Dax Milne. He gets his first touchdown in the NFL. The Commanders take a 17-7 lead.
Love this route by Dax Hill, the patience to win versus man-to-man. And again, getting this kind of contribution from a fifth receiver, big deal.
Unfortunately, Cousins throws an interception, or Taylor throws an interception. Cousins capitalizes on it, going to Dalvin Cook.
The other team players get paid also.
Yeah, and then Greg Joseph comes on for the chip shot winner. We know how this one ends. The Commanders' 3-game winning streak is snapped. 22-17 is the final. So although the game did not have the results we wanted, the team still kept it competitive with their top performers. Deron Payne sacked Kirk Cousins for a loss of 9 yards. Curtis Samuel had his first touchdown since week 2, and Taylor Heineke threw for 2 total touchdowns, keeping us in the game on Sunday. But you know what? As they say, they would rather not have the personal accolades. They just want the win. Plenty of reaction from the fan base as well. I know, Fred, you get all of that on your post-game show.
I heard it all last night.
So let's kind of play a little game now called Hail Yes or Hail No. I'm going to give you guys a statement. You tell me if you agree or you don't.
All right,
okay?
all
right, here we go.
So Heineke put that ball exactly where he was supposed to be, exactly where Curtis Samuel was going to be, around 3 defenders, and just got lucky, just like they do at practice. Fred?
Hell no.
Hell no! Holy cow, man. You
Nah,
see Terry
that's it.
McLaurin
Hell
underneath
no.
right there? That's where the ball's supposed to go.
But my, oh my, it worked out.
Yeah.
Okay, so here we go. Next one. He probably won't win it, but Curtis Samuel of the Commanders should be nominated for Comeback Player of the Year. Just 5 games in 2021 and now a huge piece of their offense. Hell yes or hell no?
No, hell yes! Hell yes!
I'm teetering. Hell no.
Why? Who else would be the guy?
There's so many stories in the NFL right now. I just don't know if Curtis sneaks it.
Nominated, right?
All right.
Yeah, he can be it for Washington. Comeback Player for us.
I was
How about
nominated
this?
for a Grammy.
Allen and Payne, name a better duo, and I'm going to say you can't. Hell yes or hell no?
Ooh, that's a tough one. I'll let you go first. Let me think about it for a second.
No. Hell yes, they are the best duo inside in the NFL right now.
Yeah, I think I have to say hell yes. I can't think of a better one.
They lead Washington with sacks. They are the only team to have their sack leaders, both of them, be on the interior of the line.
That's kind of a fun
and
thing
they
to be part
both
of.
got
Yeah.
after Kirk.
Yeah.
All right, hell yes, hell no. This has to be the loudest and most excited the Commanders fans have been at FedEx Field in a long time.
I'm going to go hell no because week 1, I thought FedEx was electric. I thought it was on fire. It was a packed house. Hell no.
I'm gonna ask you, Julie, because I don't go to the games. What do you think?
I would say hell yes. I was really impressed with the fan base.
Okay.
So much so that, players were asked and they pretty much agreed as well.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
That's cool.
All right,
Yeah.
well, I was wrong.
Yeah, okay. No, we can agree
the boss
to
lady.
disagree. All right, hail yes, hail no. If Washington loses to the Eagles on Monday night, the season is all but over and you start Howell against the Texans next week.
Ooh. I'm gonna say hell no. I don't think Howell's ready.
No.
I don't think he's ready to go yet. So I don't think you want to throw that man in the fire just yet. So it's not hell no to the season being over. It's hell no to Howell starting that game.
Hell yes, throw him out there. All right? He's paid to play football. Let's watch him play football.
No.
Don't protect him from anybody.
I'm going to say hail no. His time will come. His time will come. Not yet. Do not overreact. Do not panic. Let him grow.
Yeah.
Okay, there's our game of hail yes or hail no. Still plenty of football to be played here. 8 games left and 1 game out of the 7th seed. Thanks for joining us on Command Center. We'll see you next time after Misery Monday.
Hell yes.
Yeah.